We're going to try this again. Oh my god. Man. I wish I had a camera, man. Oh, man. Let's see. Somehow I have returned. Somehow I have returned. Oh.
Heard about you and your honeyed words.
Do I still have my firewood? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to try and wait again for 12 hours, which is what broke my game. But I was probably in a high populated areas, which is why it froze in the first place. Am I safe? I am safe. I can now sell my firewood to this person.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
I'm here to sell my firewood. I believe. Can I not sell my firewood to him? Okay. Okay. I'll try and find someone else to sell to then. Probably the general store.
The townsfolk call me captain because I used to be a sailor.
I do not care for your trivial matters.
I'm a sailor on the North Wind. We're laying over in Windhelm for a moment.
Where am I going? Okay, what's the layout of this city? It's this way, right? No, no, it's over here. Can you tell how little I have actually played Skyrim? Even though I've played a lot. Are you one of those who uses a sock as a pop filter on your microphone?
Frida is certainly grading, but she pays well. Thankfully, nobody from the city can see me out here.
Go to the general goods. I will go to a trusted vendor. Used wares.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, Oh, I've scraped it. I do some business. A few intrepid souls even brought some items back from Morvenskar, the fort southwest of the city. I like to share my good... Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
I would like to sell you my firewood, if you would like. Yes. And now I will go and get more firewood.
You should unload some of that unwanted gear. Head over to Sawdry's used wares.
I do not care for the child. Oh my god, I'm horrible. Okay. Not really, but still. Okay. Lydia, please.
Hi, mister. Would you like to buy some flowers?
Leave me alone with your trivial matters. I could go lore accurate, Palpatine, say out of my way, kid.
Not much, but I hope you like them. Stop by again.
Got to live honestly somehow.
Be on the lookout. The butcher could be around any corner.
The butcher? Are you sure it is not me? Oh my god. Excuse me, I need to use this
Can't
move.
just throw the big logs on the fire. Gotta have the little bits, too. When I'm cutting wood, I pretend
Stop
there's an
fucking...
Well, hello.
Stop.
Still here. Let's get going then.
Well, hello.
Alright. I am chopping wood so I may grow my empire.
Yes?
Yes. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Well, hello.
Go the fuck away, bitch.
Yes? Yes?
Yes. Burn. Yes. No.
Need something?
No.
Jesus. Can't just throw the big logs on the fire. Gotta have the little bits, too.
Please leave me alone. You are a creepy old man.
When I'm cutting wood, I pretend there's an Imperial soldier's head on the stump.
That is not wise to say around me,
Well,
bitch.
hello. Well, hello. Need something?
Oh my god. Finally. Finally. He's moved on. He just left me the fuck alone. Bizarre Fallout 4 clip shows unexpected way to grab birds. Okay. If you have not noticed, I have a mod installed that it just basically makes me able to infinitely chop wood, which is a nice thing. I have a goal to unleash my full power on the Xbox, but that's not for some time now. Because I do not have an Xbox. And if you hear a jet engine in the background, that is my PlayStation. Let us check Reddit while I'm doing this. Ooh, a big booty. Nope, I'm joking. Alright, let's see. What the fuck? That escalated quickly. Have you collected your Pokemon today? Chop, chop, chop the wood until you get all the good. I don't even know what I just fucking said, man. I cannot open a pack today, right now. I have to wait 8 hours and 10 hours. Okay. I guess that's a bust. Oh my god. Oh man.
Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
Oh, this. Oh my god, throwing tantrums. Jesus. Is your life really that bad? I got an account warning on TikTok for telling someone that they aren't the ones educated whenever they said that someone else isn't educated. Tell me how that makes sense. It doesn't make any sense. When the sun hits your eye like a big pizza pie, it's amore.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Oh, Papa my, ow, ow. Here comes the wood chopper. It's gonna.
Can't just throw the big log on the fire. Gotta have the little bits too.
Did you really have to come back to harass me?
When I'm cutting wood, I pretend there's an Imperial soldier's head on the stump.
Let me see. I'm going to read a story if I can find it.
Need something?
I think I do have it here. Uh-huh. Here we go. I'm going to read you a story.
Well, hello.
It's called Anakin's Fate. One collectible sticker inside.
Yes?
Okay. I'm going to read you. It's grades 2 to 4.
Need something?
Star Wars Episode 1, Anakin's Fate. By Mark Carissini.
Yes?
Illustrated by John Elvin. Alright.
Need something?
A note to the parents. When your children are ready to step into reading, giving them the right books is as crucial as giving them the right food to eat. Step into reading books, and Star Wars Jedi readers present exciting stories and information, reinforced with lively, colorful illustrations that make learning to read fun, satisfying, and worthwhile. They are priced so that acquiring an entire library of them is affordable, and they are beginning readers with a difference. Apparently, I need to go back. And they are beginning readers with a difference. They're written on 5 levels.
There's an Imperial soldier's head on the stump.
Star Wars Episode 1, Anakin's Fate. The Dream. The yellow pod racer sped through the desert, kicking up dust. Sunlight bounced off the massive engines. Flames shot from the afterburners. Anakin Skywalker sat at the controls. He pushed the throttle. The pod leaped forward. It flew past the other racers and screamed across the finish line.
Yes?
The other racers weren't even close. The crowd cheered and ran onto the field. They lifted Anakin onto their shoulders and carried him to the winner's circle. A wise man and an angel were waiting for him there. Jabba the Hutt raised Anakin's arm in victory. The cheers grew louder. Then he heard his mother's voice. "Time to get up." Anakin opened his eyes, surprised to find himself in bed. It was a dream, he realized. What an amazing dream. He had finally won a pod race. But who were those strangers in my dream? He wondered.
Gotta have the little bits, too.
Anakin, don't be late for work. Anakin's smile turned into a frown.
When I'm cutting wood,
it was just another day of work in Watto's junk shop. Another day as a slave. But life wasn't all bad. He could smell something wonderful. His mother was cooking his favorite breakfast. Anakin greeted his mother Shmi at the kitchen table. As he ate, he thought about his dream. Are there really angels? Anakin asked. Shmi sat down next to her son. There are so many stars that anything is possible, she said. Even angels. Space pilots say angels live on the moons of Diego, Anakin said. They're so pretty that they make a spice pirate cry. Or maybe you will meet an angel someday, said Shmi. But right now, Watto will be angry at you if you're late. Anakin hugged his mother. Be careful, Annie, Shmi whispered, holding him tightly, and don't work too late. Anakin laughed. That's up to Watto. Outside, Anakin met up with his best friend, Kitster. They walked together through the Mos Espa marketplace. I had a dream last night, and I hope will come true, Anakin said. Kitster laughed. Dreams are for dreaming, he said. They don't come true. But Anakin wasn't so sure. Some of his dreams had come true. Maybe this one would too. Watto's shop. Where have you... Where have you been? I can't do a Watto impression. Let me try one more time. Where have you been? Watto, you ever seen him? I have a special tour for you, Watto cried.
I'm cutting wood.
Do you want me to
I
fix
pretend
something?
there's an
Anakin
Imperial
asked.
soldier's head on the
I want
stump.
you to gather trade goods, said Watto. There's a sandcrawler at Mochat Steep. There are always Jawas at the steep, Anakin said. But these Jawas have pod racer parts, Watto whispered. From Rega the Hammerhead's pod. Anakin remembered racing Watto's pod against Rega. The Hammerhead had been winning until Saboba the Dug cut him off. Rega's pod racer had been smashed so badly the pit droids were still looking for the pieces. Rega was lucky he hadn't been hurt. He left Tatooine, vowing never to race again. Not against Saboba, anyway. I want Rega's thrusters, demanded Watto. Those thrusters could give us an edge.
Gotta have the little bits, too.
He gave Anakin a cold stare. With new thrusters, you might finally win a race. Anakin had never won a race. He hadn't even finished one yet. But he ignored Watto's insult. He was excited about the trip. Crossing the Dune Sea to trade with Jawas was an adventure. Anakin rushed outside. He attached a battered float sled to Watto's landspeeder and looked around for stuff to take with him to trade. He dragged a set of hydrospanners and some spare droid parts onto the sled. Then he threw some motivators on the pile of arms and legs. Finally, Anakin added a few jerrycans to store water for and drive across the desert. Then he spotted the vaporator cylinder.
There's an Imperial soldier's head on the stump.
Hold on. Vaporators were used by moisture farmers to pull water from the dry air of Tatooine. Water was valuable on the desert planet. This vaporator part was from such an old model that no one wanted it. Watto had almost melted it down for ore. But Anakin had a strong feeling it would come in handy. Maybe the Jawas will find a use for it, he thought. He threw the vaporator cylinder into the pile. The float sled was loaded, but Anakin had one more stop to make before crossing the Dune Sea. Anakin's secrets. Anakin drove the speeder through the crowded streets of Mos Espa. He pulled up to his secret hiding place behind the hut where he and his mother lived.
Can't just throw the big logs on the fire.
An unfinished protocol droid leaned like a rag doll against the other secret project. Of half-finished pod racer. Anakin dreamed of some way racing that pod to victory. Anakin sighed. A pod racer needed 2 engines, but he only had 1. It had taken him forever to find the parts to build the first engine. He didn't know how he would build the second, but it was still a nice dream. Like the pod racer, the droid named C-3PO was half finished. He had 1 eye and no metal plates on his arms or legs. Anakin was smart. He knew it was better if C-3PO and the pod racer looked worthless. If they looked valuable and Watto found them, he would take them. Anakin had figured out many such ways to outsmart Watto. To survive life as a slave, he had to.
I'm cutting wood.
Anakin activated the droid, and C-3PO sat up instantly. Good day, sir, C-3PO said. His voice sounded rusty. Are you ready for the trip to the Dune Sea? Anakin asked. You remember how to speak Jawa, right? C-3PO waved his arms. Of course, sir. I am familiar with over 6 million forms of communication. Good, Anakin replied. You're coming with me to Mochat Steep. You can help me trade with the Jawas. Oh dear, C-3PO said nervously. Aren't Jawas dangerous? There are no lubricants on the Dune Sea. Without lubricants, I could deactivate. Forever. Don't worry, Anakin laughed. You'll be fine. I have everything we'll need for the trip. They walked to the land speeder. Anakin put on his goggles and got behind the wheel. At last they were off to the Dune Sea.
Can't just throw the big
The
rocket on
Jawas.
the fire. Gotta have the little bits, too.
C-3PO talked on and on. Anakin didn't mind. The droid spent most of the time shut down, so he made up for it by talking non-stop when he was activated. The desert wind blew on Anakin's face. The twin suns of Tatooine burned his skin. But Anakin enjoyed the trip. There were many wonders to see. A herd of panthers lumbered along the dunes. The bleached skull of a desert warm cracked in the heat, and a line of Tusken Raiders rode in the distance. After a time, they reached Mochat Steep.
From the college in Winterhold.
Mochat Steep was a high rock formation that could be seen for miles. In its shadow, a huge sandcrawler sat alone.
It's honest work.
Hurry up,
It's a bit dull.
Anakin said to C-3PO as they walked to the sandcrawler. My joints are getting stiff from the heat, C-3PO complained. The Jawas chattered and pointed at the droids lined up for trade, but there were no pod racer parts anywhere. There was a dented and scratched battle droid and a green astromech droid with faded paint and a broken motivator. Anakin spotted a DUM-4 droid, but Watto already had a couple of those. Anakin asked one of the Jawas if they had anything else, but he just waved his arms in the line of battered droids. Anakin turned to his own droid. I haven't heard the Jawas say anything about Rega's pod racer. Have you? Anakin whispered. C-3PO wandered near the head Jawa. Hold on. C-3PO wandered near the head Jawas and listened closely. They have the thrusters, C-3PO said, returning to Anakin, but I am afraid they want a large sum of money for them. Anakin frowned. He didn't have any money, and Watto was too cheap to buy parts anyway, not when he could trade junk for them. Anakin was good at bargaining with Jawas, but this time they were stubborn. He told them all he wanted were the thrusters. He offered both the motivator and the Hydra spanners in trade, but he could not get the Jawas to change their minds. A Jawa tugged at Anakin's sleeve and chattered. He wants those, C-3PO said. Your jerrycans for their DUM-4 droid. Anakin was surprised. Jerrycans were useful, but not as valuable as a droid. Why would Jawas want jerrycans enough to make a bad deal? Suddenly, Anakin knew how to change the Jawas' minds. He walked back to the float sled. Are we leaving, sir? C-3PO asked. I do hope so. All this sand is doing my joints. Anakin ignored C-3PO and packed enough. Apparently I can't read, motherfucker. Anakin ignored C-3PO and picked through the parts on his sled until he found the vaporator cylinder. He made sure the Jawas saw it.
You know about Talos? He founded the Empire.
That would actually be me, Lord Palpatine. Alright. The Jawas began to chatter and wave their arms. They seem very interested in that vaporator cylinder, said C-3PO. Anakin smiled. I knew they would be. Why, sir? The droid asked. Because it isn't the jerrycans the Jawas want, Anakin said. It's the water inside them. Anakin soon learned he was right. The Jawas needed water badly. The moisture evaporator in their sandcrawler had broken down. Now each of them had wanted something from the other. The Jawas wanted the vaporator cylinder, and they were willing to trade the thrusters for it. But there was a problem. The Jawas aren't sure they can make such an old vaporator cylinder work, said C-3PO. I'll make it work, Anakin said. Tell the Jawas that I will make all the repairs in trade for the rest of Rega's pod racer. The Jawas got very excited. The Jawa leader waved Anakin forward. Anakin grabbed his toolbox. The Jawas lifted the Vaporator part off the float sled, and they all boarded the Sandcrawler. The Sandcrawler. The Sandcrawler's main hangar was huge. When Anakin spoke, his voice echoed off the walls. And boy, did it stink. Anakin had forgotten how smelly Jawas could be, but he was excited. He had never been in a Sandcrawler before. Once inside, C-3PO stopped in his tracks. "Oh my," the droid moaned. He had spotted the droid assembly line. Some droids were missing arms or legs. Others had no heads. Most were deactivated. "I don't think I like this place," C-3PO said. "It's okay, C-3PO. I'm not here to trade you," Anakin said. The Jawa leader led them through a hatch and down tunnels filled with steam. Here, the Sandcrawler was a maze of pipes. They walked past the Sandcrawler's huge engines and finally reached the broken Vaporator. Anakin looked it over. Then he went to work, installing Watto's old Vaporator cylinder. As Anakin tinkered with the machine, the Jawas whispered among themselves. At last, Anakin activated the replacement cylinder. Within minutes, fresh water was dripping into the Jawas' jerry cans. "All fixed," Anakin said. The Jawas chirped and jumped up and down. "They say the Vaporator is working better than it ever had before," C-3PO said. Anakin was glad to have helped the Jawas. The Dune Sea was a dangerous place without water. Anakin returned to his land speeder. A group of Jawas was loading Rega's thrusters onto the float sled. As they had agreed, the Jawas gave him the rest of the Rega's pod racer too. It was Anakin's payment for fixing their Vaporator. When Anakin saw that the trade included a pod racer engine, he could hardly believe it. A whole engine. It was scratched and dented, but he was sure he could make it work. Yippee! Watto had only wanted the thrusters, and Anakin had gotten those for him. Now he had earned something for himself, too. Anakin noticed the twin suns were setting. He and C-3PO thanked the Jawas and said goodbye. "I'm glad I trusted my feelings about that Vaporator cylinder," Anakin thought happily. "Now I've got the pod racer engine I need." My neck is starting to hurt. Ouch. I just popped my jaw, man. I need to take a sip of water. Where is my water anyway? BRB, trying to find water. Oh, never mind. It's right there. This is a good way to pass time while I'm chopping wood. Reading bedtime stories. Excuse the interference with the microphone. I am currently trying to... There we go.
If you need anything, come see me. I'm as resourceful as I am discreet.
It was dark when they got back to town. Anakin hid the pod racer engine in his secret place. "Good night, C-3PO," Anakin said. "Thanks for the help." "My pleasure," the droid replied.
You know about Talos?
Anakin deactivated him. C-3PO sank into the corner. Watto was waiting for Anakin at the junk shop. The Toydarian was beside himself when he saw the thrusters. You traded that worthless vaporator cylinder for Rega's thrusters, Watto said in amazement. He loved a good deal. I'll make a merchant out of you yet, Watto cried. Then Watto sent Anakin home, but not before giving him more work to do. Put those thrusters in my pod racer tomorrow, Watto said. You'll be flying in the next race. Next page. The race. It was the day of the race. The twin suns shone brightly in the sky. The stands were packed with cheering crowds. Pod racers were gathering at the starting line. Anakin was in front of Watto's pod racer, complete with new thrusters. Sebulba's pod racer was parked right next to Anakin. Why do humans dream they can race pods? Sebulba hissed in his language. Humans don't have enough arms or eyes. Not enough brains, either. Just wait, Sebulba, Anakin replied. I have a surprise for you. Do you mean Rega's old thrusters? I recognize them. The thrusters didn't help Rega, and they won't help you. Sebulba fixed Anakin with an evil glare. I have a surprise for you, too. You'll find out just what it is at the arch of Bemira Canyon. Next page. Anakin tried not to let the dog bother him, but it was hard. Sebulba was a bully. Anakin knew that. Bullies were cowards at heart. But he also knew that Sebulba had a mean streak. The only way to beat Sebulba was to get to the arch first. The pit droids moved away from the pod racers. Powerful engines roared to life, and the crowd went wild. Anakin shut out all others. Apparently I can't fucking read. Anakin shut out all the sights and sounds around him. He stared at the red signal light. I almost said Sigma. Oh my god, the brain rot. I almost said fucking Sigma. Oh my god, Sigma. Oh my god. Let me restart that sentence. He stared at the red signal light. Then, when it changed to green, the race would begin. Anakin reached out with his mind. He touched the circuits inside the light. He could feel the electrical forces flowing inside it. Then Anakin felt a surge of power. The light turned green, and at that same instant, Anakin pushed the throttle forward. He was off. Anakin's pod racer rocketed across the desert. The land blurred around him. He fed fuel into the engines, and the pod sped even faster. Soon, Anakin could see the stone arch at Bemira Canyon. I must reach it first, he thought. The engine surged with power. Anakin held on, guiding the pod racer expertly as he blasted through the arch ahead of the others. Anakin laughed. Sebulba had missed his chance to play his dirty trick. The Dug would just have to beat him fair and square. Anakin roared into the canyon and zoomed between the rock walls. Maybe this is the race in my dream, he thought. Maybe this time I will win. Suddenly, Anakin saw a pod racer flash past him. It was Sebulba. He had let his guard down, and now the Dug was in the lead. Anakin tried to pass Sebulba, but another pod racer passed his. It was Rimkar's. You can't blame me. Star Wars names are weird. It was Rimkar's bubble pod. Now Anakin was in third place. Anakin wanted to pass the other two, but he knew the canyon was too narrow. He decided to wait until they reached Meta Drop. When they dove into the drop, Anakin would use his new thrusters. With the extra speed, he could take the lead again. Sebulba was still in the lead when they reached Meta Drop. Rimcar and Anakin were right behind him. The pod racers dove into the canyon. Suddenly, Anakin sensed trouble. He jerked the controls just seconds before Sebulba blasted his afterburners at Watto's pod racer. Let me read that again without stuttering. Suddenly, Anakin sensed trouble. He jerked the controls just seconds before Sebulba blasted his afterburners at Watto's pod racer. Instead, the Dug's blast hit Rimcar's pod racer full on. The bubble pod slammed into the cliff, exploding in a mighty crash. Anakin almost got blasted. His instincts had warned him of Sebulba's trick just in time, but he was losing control. Anakin cut the power to the engines and veered off the racetrack, spinning wildly. Next page. Poor Anakin. The pod racer skidded to a stop in the sand. Anakin climbed out of the wrecked pod, covered in dust. He watched as Sebulba crossed the finish line, winning the race. I lost, Anakin thought sadly. Maybe Kitster was right. Dreams are for dreaming, but they don't come true. The space pilot. Sebulba cheated! Of course he cheated! Watto yelled. You should try cheating. You might finish the race for once. Watto was angry about the wrecked pod racer. Fix that pod, boy. Starting to sound like Kratos. He commanded. I want you to keep working until dark. Next page. As the Tatooine sun sank low, Anakin worked on Watto's pod racer. His thoughts were gloomy. I'm worse than a loser. I didn't even finish the race. Then he heard someone calling him. Great race, Annie! His friends Kitster and Seek had sneaked into the junkyard. Is Watto around? Seek asked nervously. No, Anakin answered. But he told me to work until it got dark. It looks pretty dark to me, said Kitster. Let's go to the market. A cold ruby bleel will cheer you up. Bleel. The boys sipped their sweet drinks and listened to one of the pilots talking. Tales of far-off adventures usually filled Anakin with wonder. Now they only made him sad. I'll never see the stars, Anakin thought. That's just another silly dream that won't come true. Those ruby bleels look tasty, a friendly space pilot said. Then he studied Anakin for a minute. You're the kid who flew in the race today, said the pilot. Anakin nodded. You've got talent, the pilot said. More than I've ever seen. Anakin was surprised. Watto was always telling him how bad he was. Now a space pilot was telling him he was good. I've been all over the universe, the pilot went on, but I've never seen a human skillful enough to race a pod. It's just something I can do, Anakin replied. Next page. When I was your age, I couldn't even drive a land speeder, the spacer confessed, but I still dreamed of becoming a pilot. How'd you do it? Kitster asked. The pilot smiled. It took hard work, but I stuck to it. Do you think I could ever be a space pilot? Anakin asked. If you can fly a pod racer, you can become a pilot, the spacer replied. But how would Anakin be a pilot? Seek asked. He's just a slave. In this life, you can do lots of things, the pilot said. How you end up is up to you. The man rested his hand on Anakin's shoulder and looked into the boy's eyes. You have to trust your dreams, he said, or they'll never come true. But dreams are funny. Even when they come true, is never how you think they will. The pilot laughed. There are always a few surprises along the way. Anakin thought about the man's words. Maybe the pilot was right. Is he the wise man from my dream? Wondered Anakin. Or haven't I met him yet? Anakin would just have to wait and see, and trust that his dreams would someday come true. After all, now he had 2 pod racer engines. Someday, he might just race his very own pod to victory. Who knows? Anakin said. Maybe I'll even meet an angel. And that was Star Wars Episode 1, Anakin's Fate. I hope you enjoyed the reading. My throat hurts now, but it was worth it. How much firewood do I have? I've been cutting for in-game hours. It's time to check my inventory. Let us see how much firewood we really have. $444. Man. Right. And the time is 10:46, so I'm going to wait until morning. Alright. I believe the back alley merchants, or the Dark Elves territory is over here.
When she knows so little about
I think. Yeah. The
It's
Dwemer.
better board you're after. Candlehurst Hall's got both.
Oops. Gotta wait an hour. Not this again. My jaw hurts.
You need anything, come see me. I'm as resourceful as I am discreet.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give up. Oh, take a look. Do come again.
Be on the lookout. The butcher could be around any corner.
I think my next stop will be this barrow, Ironbind Barrow, to find the Word of Power. Alright. Time to get a move on.
Frida is certainly grating, but she pays well. Thankfully, nobody from the city can see me out here.
I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jingle. I believe if I go down this way, I will get to that burrow eventually. Let's see what I need to do. Definitely cross the bridge. Let me just save real quick. Someone sent out an assassination letter on me. Dark Brotherhood. The Dark Brotherhood wants me dead.
I work at the mill, chop trees, carry logs, saw lumber, you know.
I'm taking this away from you.
Still here. I am at your command. I am at your command.
Just making sure.
Lead on.
I need you to stop taking my fucking kills. Don't want to. I'm gonna level up. I can't have you taking everything. Huh. Oh. Just poison. Hamburger helper. Hamburger cheeseburger whopper. Okay. What was that? There was something. I saw something. Oh. Hello. Nice. Man.
You won't get the best of me.
Right now.
I don't know who you think I am, and I don't care. Leave me alone.
I don't have time for this foolishness. Now come along quietly, and we won't have to get rough. Brother, I think she's telling the truth.
I'm not going anywhere. Now back off before I do something drastic.
She doesn't have the scar. What? Oh, you're right. We've made a mistake. Now move along before that mouth of yours gets you into trouble.
Next time you're looking to pester someone, make sure it's the right person.
Alright, just keep on going this way. I don't know why I flicked. I think I got the kill this time. Now, what is this cave? Is the question. Forsaken cave. Why is it forsaken? Alright, I'm going to quick save. Quick save. Oops. Alright. Here we go. Forsaken cave. Why is it forsaken? That's the question.
Oh.
Oh. Items, weapons. It'd be so cool if it had this game had the Pokemon weaknesses, so like water and ice is weak to lightning, and then lightning is what is it, weak to fighting, I think. I have a thing called sneak syndrome where it's very hard for me to stop sneaking. In Skyrim. So I'm like very overly cautious, and I'm like, I don't want to be detected. Okay, there's probably going to be Draugr and also Ice Earth down here, so first I need to see where my elven sword is compared to... Okay, that makes sense. Thought that was a pressure plate instead of just a plate. Okay, there's definitely gonna be Draugr down here. Where are the enemies? I hear footsteps. I hear the Draugr. Pressure plate. He just went flying. Oh, that was good. I was expecting more of a resistance from that one, but I guess he was one of the lower level ones. I hear him around the corner. I guess it's helpful that I'm hitting them in the head. Right. Let's see. Probably a bad choice for me, but still, I wanted to do it. What's this over here? Ooh. Can't use it because I'm a mage. But, it's very nice. No, I'm probably being overly cautious, but you never be too cautious, in my opinion. I remember this place. I got stuck here once and it was soft locked. Those are fire plates. They're the pressure plates that blow fire up. So All the silver ingots. Better save.
Oh.
Oh. Right, I'm gauging where they are right now. They're gonna come out of their boxes. Yeah, the closed ones, I think.
Oh.
I missed. There's a lot of silver ingots in here. I can see his shadow. No, I think that's just a jar, actually. But there is a guy. That was close. Don't stand there, Lydia. Fucking God. I hate console aiming, man. Blast him into oblivion. He was running away. Well, at least I got whirlwind sprint. Make it easy. Okay, I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, alteration. Stone flesh.
Watch it. Now you'll pay. I am Emperor Palpatine. I am allowed to.
allowed to do wield. Kill. Glass. That looks like a secret door if I ever saw one. Honestly, I might have stone flesh at the ready, because I need to level up my alteration. I need to level up my alteration as the Emperor so I can deal damage and absorb it. Of course there's a... Is that... Huh. He fell to his knees, huh? I'm not here for that though. I need to... I don't even know if this is the right way. I'm just mountaineering.
How can you just sit here and wait? We should be in there.
We must gather our strength. Who knows what's inside?
Treasure, that's what. Get off your scaly rump and let's go.
Hush, Salma. We aren't alone. I admit there is strength in numbers. Perhaps between us.
Ugh, we should be inside loading. I don't care what Beam says. It's high time we get in there and find our fortune. Gold? Silver? Gems, maybe? Only one way to find out. I don't care what Beam says. It's high time we get in there and find our fortune. Not without us, you aren't. I'm sure there's enough for everyone, after all. Come on, Beamja. We're going. You can't shake us off that easily. Let's see what's here.
I don't think I've ever been here in the previous playthrough.
Eyes open. Yours good.
Someone there?
This what you want? Huh?
All over now.
I'm going gun-ho in here with now. About left and then right. With the elven sword. That'd be better.
Over here.
All over now.
This is it. We found Gathric's tomb. Well, there must be a way through. Look around.
Ouch.
That's done.
Oh.
Let's get in there.
Did you hear something?
You're as good as dead.
No sign of him.
They're stealing my kills, man.
Cleared out, I guess.
And
Over here.
wow, very acrobatic. Man, you're skipping past all the good stuff. Okay, so Go from the bottom a little bit up. There you go. And just grab everything.
Found you.
Over here.
Do no work. Cleared out, I guess.
Over now.
Would you
rush
look
ahead.
at that?
This is a trap if I ever saw one.
Are you gonna pause? Good. I'm going to loot. Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
This is it. Gathering awaits us.
What are you on about? Let's just get the treasure here and go. Over here.
Hello?
It's nothing.
You killed me. She killed me.
Over now.
Enjoy your last breath.
All over now.
This is it. We found.
Quick save. Because I don't want to do all this over again.
Well, there must be a way through. Look around.
That's done it. Let's give it
All over now.
Now you.
Really?
put you down.
Damn.
Get the best of me.
Did you hear something?
You can't win this!
All over now.
Don't rush ahead.
That.
This is a trap if I ever saw one.
Oh, quick save here.
This is it. Gathric awaits us.
I'll let you go ahead.
Let's just get the treasure here and go.
Damn. Unrelenting force. Fast healing. Oh, fucking bitch. How is that gonna work? Just bashing?
This is it. Gathric awaits us.
What are you on about? Let's just get the treasure here and go. You won't get away. You're outmatched.
Are you a priest?
Huh.
Fool. I should thank you. I knew the girl wouldn't be strong enough to help me kill Gathric alone. There's just one more thing I need from you. To fully absorb Gathric's power, I require a blood sacrifice. Your blood should be good enough. This will go easier for us both, if you don't bother fighting back.
Never should have come.
Here.
No!
This is what you deserve. Your treasonous actions have thwarted you. For the last time. Become ethereal. Oh my god, that's pretty good. So where did she go? There she is.
Father never trusted Beam. I always thought he was just being overprotective. I don't know. Beamja has looked after me since I was knee-high to him. I need to rest, and then I think I'm going back to High Rock. Go on without me. I think I need to be alone for a while.
Okay. I think I'm gonna learn that ethereal shout right now. It's gotta be in the bees. Become ethereal. I think I'm gonna call it now after I get out here. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Emperor Palpatine says his farewells. I will be back.